everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Tuesday, September 26th, 2017. It's Tuesday, the best day to figure out what game you're playing this weekend, and you're in luck because Lawbreakers is hosting a free weekend on Steam. All you have to do is download and play, and if you like it, you can buy it with a 25% off discount. If you pre-ordered Forza 7, then you can now preload it for both Xbox One and PC. And remember, this is the game that is nearly 100 gigabytes in size. Be sure to clear up some space before you download this one. Coming in tomorrow is a new update for the PUBG test servers. It's mostly bug fixes, and you can find the patch notes in a link down below. Speaking of PUBG, the new 100-player Battle Royale mode has come to Fortnite, and if you want to play, it's completely free. I do have to say that I was watching Lyric play some of it this morning, and I wasn't very impressed. I guess I'll have to play it for myself to get a better opinion. Coming up next, we have a new trailer for Star Wars Battlefront 2, featuring Episode 7's John Boyega explaining new features to the sequel, and I have to say, this one looks really good. And the PC requirements have been revealed. You can see them on your screen right now, and as always, if you need help figuring out if you can run Star Wars Battlefront 2 or any other game, just leave your PC specs in the comment section down below, and I will personally help you out. Up next is some new DLC coming to City Skylines. Get ready to make your digital city go green by adding over 300 new assets, all to help your city grow with renewable energies, like solar panels, noise pollution reduction, and electric cars. The cost is $13 US, or your regional equivalent, and releases on October 19th. In other news, the Ataribox that I had mentioned a few months ago is in full development, and it will contain a custom AMD processor and a custom Linux-based operating system. There is some serious hardware in there too, because there's two different models, one for $250 US, another for $300. It's expected to release sometime in early 2018. Anyone still remember that Yooka-Laylee is coming to Nintendo Switch? Well, it still is, but it's being held back by the Unity engine and it's running into problems. Their recent 5.6 update has caused a bunch of unforeseen issues with Unity, and the game has been delayed, and while it currently doesn't have a release date, it's not going to have one soon either. Speaking of waiting for a long time, Sony has done some analysis on the handheld market, and they say that it is, quote, limited, further saying that Nintendo has taken a different method of operation because of their hybrid system. What this translates to is don't expect another Sony handheld like the PSP or the PS Vita for a long time. It currently doesn't seem like it's in Sony's best interest. In news that would leave you thinking, what? Palmer Luckey, the former CEO of Oculus Rift, has decided to start another VR company. This is, of course, after he lost a case against ZeniMax over the use of their VR technologies. So, who would really want to work for somebody like that? Personally, I wouldn't, because the same thing that happened with Oculus may happen again. I wouldn't want to take the risk. But then, Luckey no longer wants to be known as an Oculus person. He wants to be known as a VR person instead. What? That's some Jaden Smith levels of crazy right there. Two doses of good news coming up next before the main topic today. The first being the voice actor strike that started last year is going to come to an end shortly, as the Screen Actors Guild has come to an agreement, and while it isn't over just yet, work can continue where it had been previously halted. And then WB has released a statement in regards to the Shadow of War DLC dedicated to Mike Forgey, who passed away due to cancer. WB has finally made things right by releasing the DLC free to everyone and saying instead that they will be making a direct donation to the Forgey family, and if players want to donate directly, they have provided a link for that too. And they will be refunding anyone who has already purchased it. Alright, now hear me out on this one. I honestly think that WB was trying to do something good here, but they have just such terrible PR, they're just so bad at it, that they made something that was supposed to be good turn into something terrible. I think they wanted players feeling like they made a direct contribution to the Forgey family, but instead, they literally can't even do nice things right, and this just ended up blowing up in their face and turning into a PR nightmare. By the way, I am in no way excusing this. In fact, I think I'm highlighting their incompetence. But in the end, players get free DLC, and there's no bullshit about whether or not WB profits from this. And that brings us to our final topic today, and it is the conclusion of the whole Alex Mauer situation. As you may recall, about 3 months ago, Miss Mauer had filed over 100 DMCA claims against YouTubers that used her music as part of a Let's Play for Imagos Softworks games. Roughly 2 months ago, she received a court order that she must find a lawyer and present her case. Well, today was the day that trial was supposed to happen, and the short of it is, Mauer didn't show. As anticlimactic as it is, that's the situation I had expected, because Mauer seemed to have little, if any, case at all, and had previously claimed that she could win her case through banking receipts. Mr. Leonard French, our favorite copyright attorney, made some statements on Discord this morning saying that he would be filing for default judgment in favor of Imagos Softworks and Don Thacker, and that he would be pursuing legal damages. I wish there were more to this. I wish I could tell you about the wild and crazy behavior that Mauer exerted during the trial. but she just wasn't there. This really seems to be ending on somewhat of a dignified note. This is probably the best outcome we could have had, as everything will end peacefully. At this point, we just have to wait for the default judgment to be accepted and for the judge to order that Imagos owns their property, so work on Star Mazer DSP can continue on. Thank you everyone for sticking with me on this story. It sure has been a rough couple of months. As always, if there's any other thoughts you'd like to share on this matter, please do so in the comment section down below. It's almost like there's not a bunch of crap here anymore. It's tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Asteroid Hunter, Idle Bouncer, Helltown, Sponchies, The Plains Creek Killings, Legend of Hand, and Home Sweet Home. For PlayStation 4, 100-Foot Robot Golf, and Summon Night 6, Lost Borders. For Nintendo Switch, Arcade Archives, Mario Brothers. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And what do you get when you drop a piano on a child? A flat minor. So I'm really hoping this Alex Maurer thing is completely done. There are a couple of friends of mine and I were speculating on Discord today that Maurer. So if Maurer does anything in regards to Star Mazer DSP or Star Mazer DSP property or Indigo Softworks property, she's going to be held in contempt of court. She's probably going to go to jail. Okay, so I don't think she's that stupid. I don't think she's that irresponsible with her own safety or with her own life. I think that she would probably start retaliating towards another game, specifically River City Ransom Underground, the River City Ransom people. I believe that they have removed her music from the game, but I'm guessing that there are videos out there of her music being used. I hope this is done. I hope that she doesn't do that. I hope that this is all done. This is the last I really want to utter the word Maurer. This has just been so bad. I'm glad that we haven't had to deal with it for a couple of months, and really, you know, my last season, if you would call it season, you know, for the beginning of it, when I got back from vacation, yeah, that's all we pretty much talked about. But then, after that, for months, we haven't really mentioned her at all. She has not been on the radar for anything at all. Mainly because we've just been waiting the 2 months that the court gave her, the 1 month to find a lawyer, and then the other month to formulate her case, which, if you care that much about your property, you're going to figure out a case in 2 months. That would be a really easy thing to do. So, the fact that she didn't show, it's not surprising. I'm kind of happy that happens because there's no drama, no nothing. It's just like, well, she's going to default. I know Mr. Leonard French will be fair. I know I've seen him work. I think he'll be fair, but I also think that he'll be swift, and I think that she deserves everything that's coming to her. I'm happy this Writers Guild strike is going to be over. I know it didn't really affect too many things, and it really wasn't going on for too long, but strikes like that are never a good thing. People are out of work, and projects get put on hold. It's just generally not a good thing. It's nicer when people get the things that they want and are paid the money that they ask for, considering the works that they have to do. Like, voice actors, sometimes you just need to sit in a booth and scream for 4 hours, and it's just literally you're screaming and you're at the top of your lungs, and they were fighting for things like breaks every couple of hours for that sort of thing, and it's like, yeah, that's gonna be really hard on your throat if that's all you're doing is you show up and you scream for 8 hours a day. And I'm not talking like me, I talk loud, I'm talking literally screaming, like you're fearing for your life, screaming. We need those kinds of sounds in video games. We really do. When people die and stuff, you want realistic screams. If people get, like, you know, they get caught by the monster, you want the protagonist or the antagonist, what is it, the sidekick, to go, ah, you know, and actually do it. But they'd actually do it in a real way. That was just me going, ah, you know. So they need it to sound real. I didn't sound real there. And the way that you make it sound real is you do it a lot, and you do it at full bore. So that's nice. What else we got going on today? Not really feeling it for the ed card, so I think I'm just gonna end it soon. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really much else going on today. Social media links are over here. Everybody go follow me on Twitter if you like. I tweet some things sometimes. Follow me on Twitch, because I stream over there sometimes, and we do have some fun there. I'm going to try to be streaming more if I can. And if you really, really like my show, there's that Patreon link down there. I'm making some money this month. It's kind of crazy. It's awesome. Thank you so much to all my patrons out there. Don't forget, 2 weeks, I think it's 2 weeks from now, we will be doing I'll be reading off all the Patreon names. I'll be sure that next week I'll be like, everybody who's a patron, make sure you send me what name you want read, because I want to make sure to do it, and I don't want to read off somebody's, like, if it's their real name, I don't want to read off their real name and dox them and stuff, so let me know about that. Other than that, social media links over there. I already did that. Click over here to subscribe to my channel. Click over here to watch yesterday's episode, which is about Zonatron Productions being removed from Steam. Goodbye, good riddance, and oh my goodness, game releases are so much easier to do now. Bye, everybody.